Aries are really flirty around this time. Listen, you have the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Fool. Okay, this is about you, Aries, really having the courage around this time and just the overall sense of well-being to go out there, travel different places, try out new things, just really enjoy your own life, flirt, get to know people. The Page of Swords and the Five of Wands is about, even if they don't necessarily want anything long-term with you, either that or even if they tell you they're not interested, again, it's no hard feelings, because it's just, you Aries are very much so just caught up with the experience of it all, right? A lot of y'all are like earth signs around this time. You know, you really are interested in, you know, the life that you live and the overall value and the quality of it. And at least enjoying your life, even though a lot of you Aries go through hardship, being in a position finally to actually enjoy your life, right? In a long time or some time. So now the Five of Swords is about, who cares about if someone doesn't necessarily like you, right? Leaving that type of stuff behind. Because I get the Death card here too. So leaving that behind and like looking at it differently. Like, oh, okay, forget about this. You know, you're living your life and you are enjoying yourselves way too much to, you know, to think about the past, right? That's what the Death card is saying. Okay, and for you Aries who are thinking about your past a lot, the Death card represents a humongous change where you're going to have to think about the blessings that you've got in your life. Because the Death card is no joke. It has nothing to do with, you know, wanting to stay down in the dumps, especially in this reading. To have the Death card in general means a drastic change. Regardless of whether you want to is irrelevant. It's still going to happen. So the Two of Cups now is about how you Aries, right, still very much so interested. You would like to get to know other people, right? You would like to get to know someone. But the Four of Cups represents you will have to put in work. And you don't have a problem with that, because the Knight of Cups represents being fully okay with approaching, right? You know, that's one thing that I admire about you, Leo, Scorpio, a lot of those zodiac signs, right? Regardless on either side of the fence, right? If you know what I mean, on either side of the fence, on either side is not necessarily afraid to do the approaching. And I definitely appreciate Aquarius. I definitely appreciate, you know, you Aries for approaching people, because oh my gosh, like it doesn't even make any sense. Like, how is somebody gonna get attracted to you and even see you if you don't put yourself out there? Especially in a world living today, right? Especially in a world like today where, you know, more and more people are incentivized to kind of mind their own business, in the regard of, if you see some crazy stuff happening, you know, in the perspective of, if you see some crazy stuff happening in the streets, don't get involved, because you don't necessarily know the nuances of it. Just let it happen. Call the police, or if not, just breeze on by. So the mere fact that you Aries really can still, you know, really practice a fine art, unfortunately, is an ending breed. You know what I mean? Which is the art of approaching. It really goes to show you that a lot of you Aries are not really afraid of a whole lot in the first place. And that's just part of the enjoyment of living your life in the first place. Because let's clarify some of these cards. So let's clarify the Fool. Because like it is, I said before, a lot of people end up not really, you know, enjoying their love life or any of that type of stuff. Because in essence, what all this flaunting is about trying to act like you rich or whatever the case may be, or you may be rich to pull in somebody, but it's like the way it is that you start that relationship more than likely is how it is that you're going to end it. You don't start a relationship by trying to make it seem like the person is attracted to you and you're using money as your attraction. The person obviously is going to gold dig on both sides. So to clarify the Fool, you have the Sun, the High Priestess, the Page of Cups, and then you have the Four of Pentacles. Right. This is a situation for you where for you, Aries, right, the Sun, the High Priestess is really about how the quality of the people that you meet, right? Or the quality of the people that you meet, right? They're interested in talking to you, right? Having a simple conversation is not necessarily the problem, but the Page of Cups, you know, they're into the fast type of lifestyle right now. And I just see the Four of Pentacles. A lot of you Aries are not really bent out of shape about that. A lot of you Aries really don't have a problem with that, because, you know, as it is, I said before, if a person is gonna be upset, if a person decides that they don't like you anymore over something stupid, right? Because you may not be tall enough, you may not this. You got to understand that they are looking for something in particular. They're looking for a sponsor, okay? They're looking for somebody that they can essentially be in a parasocial or parasitic relationship, quote unquote, with. That's what it is that they're looking for. So you Aries shouldn't even be wanting to look for that. And a lot of you Aries are not. So it's kind of like the rejection now that may have been a bother to you 6 months ago, a year ago. It's not even a bother to you anymore, because a lot of you Aries understand what it is. If a person is going to go out of their way to do that, you already know what it is. So let's clarify the Death. You already know what it is. You have the Queen of Wands, the Hermit, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Right. This is a situation for you where the Queen of Wands, the Hermit, clarify the Death card. It's just that some relationships you're going to have to be more active yourself and let go of, as well as what the Death card is saying, because right around now, things are going well for you so much, you can afford to take care of somebody else if you wanted to. But why would you want to, in that sense, right? You know, a relationship is when two people can pull their own weight, right? And contribute. So the Queen of Wands and the Hermit is about, you look very good right now to a group of people who only want to live off of somebody else. And when I say a group of people, I'm not talking about anyone in particular. There's no name to this. I'm talking about people who have that mentality where they're going to want to come around you and take as much as they possibly can from you. So you Aries are in a position right now where you look like cheese to a bunch of rats, right? The Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords represents, pay attention for any kind of troublesome signs, right? Red flags. Pay attention to that, right? Pay attention to red flags. If you see some red flags popping up, Aries, then you already know what time it is. You're supposed to leave them alone. Okay, so anyway, let's clarify the Four of Cups. King of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Ace of Cups. Right. This is about your interaction and how you and this other person interact with one another. The King of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles is about if you and another person that you end up meeting right? Don't necessarily see eye to eye, okay? It's okay to not, the moon, the Ace of Cups, it's okay to not talk to them. It's all right. The two of you don't have to get along with one another, right? This is about you. They may be good for somebody else, but not necessarily you, though.